everyone comes here. Brother, sister, auntie, uncle, you know. So my house really is what you call it, the cornerstone of our little family. Most gatherings happen here. People stay here for sometimes short time, sometimes extended time. But, you know, we make it available for them, and, you know, I'm happy to be able to do something like that with owning a home. And that's one of my biggest priorities, to be able to create memories and a safe haven for my family. You know, everything that happens teaches you something. So the truth is I wouldn't change anything. Everything that has happened in terms of going through the different processes has taught me to be able to go and figure out things for myself, you know. So the truth is I wouldn't change anything about the journey. The process for me may have been different than for others, because I was living in this house at the time over the other side, because I was renting. And then the owners left. When they left, they gave me the opportunity to be able to buy the house. Of course, I never knew anything about it until I went to NHT, and I was able to access the open market loan to be able to purchase it. When it actually came through, and I realized that, I mean, this piece of land was all mine, you know, it was very, very exciting for me. For me, when I first bought my house 13 years ago, the value that I bought it at, now at 13 years later, it's almost 3.5 times that. You know what I mean? Also, I grew up in the country. Enough apple and oranges. In my yard space now, I have a lot of that. I have a lot of fruit trees that I'm able to enjoy just by going outside. And it's mine, and I'm not arguing with my neighbor for it either. Go and go do it, man. It's important. But it's always about building equity in your home. When I bought my home first, we paid a certain amount for it. 14, 15 years later, it's 3 times the value. So I suggest, yes, go ahead and get it.
Finding the perfect home doesn't have to be a dream. The key is finding one that's right for you. With an NHT home buyer loan, you can buy a house or land on the open market or within one of our developments. Whether you're applying alone or with a co-applicant, we offer easy financing and low interest rates. Our Parent Assist gives you an opportunity to buy a home on the open market or in an NHT scheme development. Don't just dream it, live it. Visit your nearest NHT branch today. NHT, the key to your home.
Get home with NHT, the key to your home.
Hi, my name is Natalie Collington. My husband and I bought this lot with a loan from the NHT. Now, we are building our house. Building isn't easy, but we work close with our NHT project officer. We followed the plan and kept tight control of the funds. Because of that, I know we're going to be successful. If you have land, I implore you, get a loan from the NHT, start your construction, and with perseverance, you can be successful too. As soon as this house is finished, it will be hosting 5 people. Me, my husband, 3 of our kids. I am proud to say that I will be the first in my family to have my own home. Thank you, NHT.
For more about NHT Home Builder Loans, visit nht.gov.jm or call 888-CALL-NHT.
The key to your home. It's a golden jubilee. NHT celebrating 50. From foundation to rooftop high. 50 years as the cornerstone of the nation.
Brick by brick, side by side, we've been building dreams all across Jamaica.
Yeah.
We're building communities, we're housing generations with trust and care. We light the way with NHT. Home starts here, building communities. We're housing generations with heart and hope. We lead the way with NHT. The key to your home.
Possibilities. Get home with NHT. Turn a dream home into reality. From vision to foundation for many generations. Home buyer or home builder. Get to your destination. Get home with NHT. More possibilities. Get home with NHT. The key to your home.
Homeownership is within reach. This is Homeownership Made Possible, where we tell you about NHT benefits that can make homeownership possible for you.
To be honest, I was searching for land for a while. One day my husband called me and told me I was at work, that he saw someone in the area and he asked them, and they pointed him to this piece of property. Saying that, I remember that one of my colleagues had mentioned the Bill 9 product at NHT, and I told him about it, and the rest was basically history.
We all go to the same church, so we just jump at it. We get to NHT, they welcome us in their arms, and we do the paperwork and so forth, and you know, them give us the money. Without NHT, it would not be possible.
From then, you know, I said to everybody that don't look at the time, don't think about it. The time will just elapse. Let's just start this, and it's almost as if it was a blink of an eye, really. When we came, it was like a woodland, so to speak. When we started, we came together, we didn't even have the money to hire persons to cut it, but we wanted to make memories, so we said we're coming together as a group. We got our food, we got our machetes, and we came together and we started cutting. And when we started cutting, when we cut the first set of trees, I mean, Jovan bought up our saw, and we started cutting trees, and we were like, that's a sea. We started to identify areas along the seacoast, and it was just an amazing feeling to know that. Immediately we thought that, wow, how did we get this? This is value. We felt so proud and so grateful because we thought only certain people could actually purchase Seaview land, but here we are today.
I'm a minimum wage earner, and if God could have allowed me to achieve such milestones, such great dream in my life, anything is possible. And I give thanks to NHT for the privilege that they have given unto me so that I'll be able to achieve such great things. And I give great thanks to God as well for favoring me to allow me to have such dream come true. Well, my home is going to be a 3-bedroom house. Each bedroom has its own bathroom. I have a pantry, I have a living and a dining room, a kitchen area. I have both front patio, back patio. I also have a wonderful ocean view. Man, I'm so excited about this. Each time I stand and I look out, it's not yet finished, but each time I stand and I look out, I feel so overwhelmed with joy to see that all this is mine.
I will be at the beach every day once I'm home, you understand? Different levels to the thing.
Well, this home, I know everybody says it, but this is a dream home. I am originally from a parish where we lived. We had the beach. I could go to the beach. I could see the sea from my grandma's veranda. And so this is really nostalgic to be able to recreate that feeling. Every time I enter this building now, under construction, the first place I go to is the bathroom, because I view that I'm not sharing bathroom anymore. I'm going to have a bathroom inside my room, and it's just a great feeling overall.
It's a great privilege that I can have neighbors like this, so I already know them. I'm comfortable around them, so I know what to expect, and I know I have the privilege to do anything I want to do within my comfort. I don't have to cook because One of my neighbors, Yvonne Watson, she loves to cook, and I know that I can go by her home and say, Yvonne, I'm hungry, not to mention Opez. She always looking out for persons. So I know that her pot will be always on fire. Sister Angela, now she's a person, she loves to blend like strong juice. So if I'm feeling tired or anything, I know I can stop by her or just climb over the fence and say, Sister Angela, I need this. So
once the opportunity presents itself, where you can team up with others to acquire property, that is the best thing, and you should take advantage of that opportunity.
What was great about it, I remember our very first meeting, I said to the other mortgagers, I said, guys, it's not just one getting through, it's 6. And that was really the highlight of it all. I can't imagine ordinary people. Sometimes you see other persons and hear their testimonies, but when you experience it, it just adds value.
Homeownership is within reach. This is Homeownership Made Possible, where we tell you about NHT benefits that can make homeownership possible for you.
I was living with my mom and my sisters in the house along with my son, and we shared the same room. So I decided he's getting older, so he is going to need his own room. So I decided it's time to start looking for homes. And at first I wanted to go into the open market, but that did not work out for me. So I decided to change my focus to NHT homes. I actually searched online and I didn't see any available schemes at the time. And then I was at work one day and I saw an advertisement for another scheme, and I went ahead and did the application online. However, I did not get through with that one. So, in the waiting process, I began to feel a bit, discouraged, but I didn't give up because, I got hope from the Lord that, yes, you're going to own a home. So that helped to push me towards not giving up on the bad result that I got earlier. So when this scheme came about, I reapplied. So I didn't give up on myself because I said, Lord, you said it, so you will do it. So I went ahead now and I got my mom involved and we did the parental assist, and this time I was indeed successful and I was happy. I didn't give up on myself and I didn't give up on NHT. So yes, so I'm happy. I learned about it when I was doing the application for this scheme. And it's when I was going through the application, I saw the parent assist, and I was like, Mommy, I'm going through the application now, and they're asking for parent assist, would you assist? And she didn't have a problem, and I didn't either, because I will be the sole owner, and I am the sole owner of the home. So thanks to Mommy's points, I am now a home owner, and also thanks to my points and NHT for the opportunity. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on NHT, because they are for the younger generation and we are the future leaders. So they did it for me at the age of 27. So yes, they can do it for you also. I always tell my co-workers NHT is hassle-free, because when I went to NHT, it's the best loan process I've ever been through. So yes, don't give up on yourself or NHT. I am Jody K, and Parent Assist made home ownership possible for me, thanks to NHT.
Homeownership is within reach. This is Homeownership Made Possible, where we tell you about NHT benefits that can make homeownership possible for you.
As I get older in life, I see where you have to have your responsibility, where you have to provide. So you start to focus on the positive things, you know, and having your work and they deduct NHT from your salary. Yeah, it just gives us an idea to just try out and see if we would be lucky. But not about owning a ski house, but even looking a house on an open market. I went in office and I was conducting business, and one of your representatives of NHT told me about the home grant, which was awesome. They will fund a certain percentage of the payment and you pay the rest. Unfortunately, the first and the second and the third time, I was unfortunate, but you know, it's God's will, you know? Yeah, because they always say you have to try until you succeed, and that's when I hit the jackpot. Oh, well, I'm feeling very proud and feeling very elated, and trust me, everybody should be like me right now, you know? God has shown me that you must never give up on something. As what the saying always say, what is not you do, dash it away. So I'm encourage you guys, just believe in NHT. They will make it work and they will make you be a homeowner. Trust me. The feelings to get rejected at first is so high that most time it discourages you. But I'm just imploring to you people out there to just try and try again. You know? NHT will be there for you. Well, the home grant is great, you know, because if you are not fortunate enough to have it, I mean, the home grant is great and it will help you a lot, and it will carry you through in a great way.
Homeownership is within reach. This is Homeownership Made Possible, where we tell you about NHT benefits that can make homeownership possible for you.
When you're at grandma's house, right? You can't watch TV past 9 o'clock. And this was for me when I was a younger person, you know what I mean? Owning my own home allows me to do a lot of different things. Everyone comes here. Brother, sister, auntie, uncle, you know. So my house really is what you call it, the cornerstone of our little family. Most gatherings happen here. People stay here for sometimes short time, sometimes extended time. But you know, we make it available for them, and you know, I'm happy to be able to do something like that with owning a home, and that's one of my biggest priorities, to be able to create memories and a safe haven for my family. You know, everything that happens teaches you something. So the truth is I wouldn't change anything. Everything that has happened in terms of going through the different processes has taught me to be able to go and figure out things for myself, you know. So the truth is I wouldn't change anything about the journey. The process for me may have been different than for others, because I was living in this house at the time over the other side because I was renting. And then the owners left. When they left, they gave me the opportunity to be able to buy the house. Of course, I never knew anything about it until I went to NHT and I was able to access the open market loan to be able to purchase it. When it actually came through and I realized that, I mean, this piece of land was all mine, you know, it was very, very exciting for me. For me, when I first bought my house 13 years ago, the value that I bought it at, now at 13 years later, it's almost 3.5 times that. You know what I mean? Also, I grew up in the country. Enough apple and oranges. In my yard space now, I have a lot of that. I have a lot of fruit trees that I'm able to enjoy just by going outside. And it's mine, and I'm not arguing with my neighbor for it either. Go and go do it, man. It's important. But it's always about building equity in your home. When I bought my home first, we paid a certain amount for it. 14, 15 years later, it's 3 times the value. So I suggest, yes, go ahead and get it.
Finding the perfect home doesn't have to be a dream. The key is finding one that's right for you. With an NHT home buyer loan, you can buy a house or land on the open market or within one of our developments. Whether you're applying alone or with a co-applicant, we offer easy financing and low interest rates. Our Parent Assist gives you an opportunity to buy a home on the open market or in an NHT scheme development. Don't just dream it, live it. Visit your nearest NHT branch today. NHT, the key to your home.
Get home with NHT, the key to your home.
Hi, my name is Natalie Collington. My husband and I bought this lot with a loan from the NHT. Now, we are building our house. Building isn't easy, but we work close with our NHT project officer. We followed the plan and kept tight control of the funds. Because of that, I know we're going to be successful. If you have land, I implore you, get a loan from the NHT, start your construction, and with perseverance, you can be successful too. As soon as this house is finished, it will be hosting 5 people. Me, my husband, 3 of our kids. I am proud to say that I will be the first in my family to have my own home. Thank you, NHT.
For more about NHT Home Builder Loans, visit nht.gov.jm or call 888-CALL-NHT.
The key to your home.
I'll be on my way. For you, I give a lifetime of stability and anything you want to be. Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love for all the faults I'm thinking of. 'Cause this life is no good alone. Since we've become one, I've made a change. And everything I do now makes sense. And all roads end. All I do is for you. For you, I share the cup of love that overflows. And anyone who knows us knows that I won't change all faults I have for you. There are no high or low or in between of my heart that you haven't seen. 'Cause I share all I have and am. Nothing I say is hard to understand. And all I feel deeper still. And always will. All this love is for you. Hey, yeah. Every note that I play, every word I might say, every melody I feel, I wrote it for you and your appeal. Every page that I write, every day. ground, I'll be there for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. You may be seated. Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Member of Parliament for St. Andrews South Eastern and Opposition Spokesman on Finance and the Public Service, Mr. Julian Robinson, His Worship Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston, other councillors, caretakers, and political representatives here with us today, the Chief Technical Director in the Planning and Development Division of the Office of the Prime Minister, Ms. Kerry Chambers, representing Permanent Secretary Ambassador Rocky Mead, Rector of Christ Church, Vineyard Town, the Very Reverend Father Sean Major Campbell, NHT Board Director, Mr. Sujay Boswell, representing NHT Chairman, Mr. Linville Freeman, Managing Director of the NHT, Mr. Martin Miller. Let me acknowledge as well the management and staff of the NHT, heads of agencies and their representatives, our development partners and consultants, mortgage partner institutions, representatives of utilities and other service providers, other government and project stakeholders, residents of Vineyard Town and neighboring communities, members of the media, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our new proud homeowners, a pleasant afternoon to you all. How do you do? Doing good? On behalf of the National Housing Trust, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this very special occasion, the official handing over ceremony for the Vineyard Town Housing Development right here in St. Andrew. It's a very cool afternoon, and I promise you're going to try to get you out of here just in case any rain starts. All right? Years of construction for this project has come to this, but today is about much more than handing over keys. And you know, when most people pass a construction site, you see the concrete blocks, you see the steel, you see the scaffolding, you see the paint. But for the NHT, we see something a little different. We see a vision of children taking their first steps in a new home. We see parents finally having a place they can call their own. We see neighbors becoming lifelong friends. And of course, we see communities taking shape. And the NHT has spent the last 50 years doing far more than building houses. We have been building communities, creating opportunities, and helping generations of Jamaicans realize what is oftentimes their biggest dream, and that is homeownership. My name is Dwayne Burbick, and I am truly delighted to be your Master of Ceremonies for this handing over ceremony to celebrate a significant milestone in the lives of another set of Jamaicans and in the legacy and history of the NHT. Before we proceed any further, let me at this time invite God's blessing upon today's proceedings, upon these new homeowners, and upon this community. For that, let me welcome to the lectern at this time the Very Reverend Father Sean Major Campbell, Rector of Christ Church, who will lead us in a moment of invocation. Please make him welcome.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. The Lord will keep you from all harm. God will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. In peace you will lie down and sleep, for God alone makes you dwell in safety. Let us pray. Almighty God, whose Son Jesus Christ sanctified childhood and shared the life of an earthly home, bless the homes and families of our nation. Give to parents a true sense of responsibility in the care and training of their children, that our boys and girls may grow up in the love of your name and the fellowship of God's family. Bless this new housing development, that it may serve and inspire. We pray that those who dwell herein may know your peace and your love. We give thanks for the ministry and work of the National Housing Trust as we celebrate this production and this handing over ceremony. And so I bless these premises in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Father Campbell, for grounding us in gratitude and purpose, and of course to put today's ceremony into such profound spiritual perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, the success of the NHT is not by chance. From inception, it has been guided by partnerships, strong leadership, sound governance, and an unwavering commitment to the people the NHT serves. This afternoon, it is my pleasure to invite a gentleman who is part of the current leadership team, representing the chairman of the National Housing Trust, Mr. Linval Freeman. He serves as a director of the NHT board and has been instrumental in helping to guide the organization as it continues to expand housing opportunities right across Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Sir J. Boswell, board director of the National Housing Trust, who will deliver the welcome and opening remarks.
I am not so blessed with the height as Mr. Burbick is. The Most Honorable Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, Mr. Julian Robinson, Opposition Spokesperson on Finance and Public Service, and Member of Parliament for St. Andrew South Eastern, His Worship Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Mr. Martin Miller, Managing Director of the NHT, staff of the National Housing Trust, members of the NHT's leadership team, our project partners and valued stakeholders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today representing our chairman, Mr. Linval Freeman, as we celebrate another important milestone for the National Housing Trust, and more importantly, for the 14 families who today receive the keys to their new homes here at Vineyard Town. To our new home owners, congratulations. Today is much more about opening doors to new opportunities, creating greater security and brighter futures than it is about handing over keys. For many of you, this is a culmination of years of hard work, discipline, and sacrifice. Home ownership remains one of the most significant investments a person can make, and today your dreams become a reality. The National Housing Trust has always been central to Jamaica's national conversation about housing. For 50 years, the NHT has helped Jamaicans to move from aspiration to ownership, from uncertainty to security, and from simply having a place to live to building a home and a legacy. This year, as we celebrate our 50th anniversary, we do so with immense pride. 5 decades of service has taught us that remaining relevant requires more than building houses. It requires listening to our contributors, understanding their changing needs, and continually innovating. Over the years, the NHT has introduced new loan products, improved existing benefits, and forged partnerships that have enabled more Jamaicans to afford homes. That commitment to innovation continues today. As one of the younger members of the NHT board, I am especially proud to serve an institution that deliberately creates opportunities for young Jamaicans. Beginning today, Wednesday, July 1, the NHT has introduced its new advanced deposit loan policy for young adult contributors aged 35 years and under. This initiative allows eligible young contributors to access up to $2 million for their approved NHT loan to assist with deposit required for the purchase of their home. This addresses one of the biggest obstacles many young people face on their journey to home ownership. It is a practical solution developed in direct response to the concern of our young contributors. That initiative pairs perfectly with another innovative feature available here at Vineyard Town. The homeowners receiving their units today will have the opportunity, should they eventually outgrow these homes, to sell their unit back to the NHT. This means they can move on to a larger home or a different housing solution without losing the benefit that they have earned from the trust. These are just 2 examples of the National Housing Trust continuing to evolve with the changing realities of the Jamaican families. We are not standing still. We're constantly finding new ways to make home ownership more accessible, more flexible, and more responsive to the needs of the contributors at every stage. To our new homeowners, today marks the beginning of a new chapter. Own your homes with pride. Invest in them. Care for them. Build strong relationships with your neighbors. The strength of any housing development is measured not only by the quality of the buildings, but also the strength of the community that grows within them. May Vineyard Town become a community where children can thrive, neighbors support each other, and families create memories that last for generations. Before I close, I wish to acknowledge the many persons whose dedication has made today possible. To the teams across the National Housing Trust, from planning and engineering to project management, legal services, customer relations, procurement, marketing, communications, and every other supporting department, thank you for your professionalism and your commitment. I also extend sincere appreciation to our development partners, contractors, consultants, and all other stakeholders who contributed to the successful completion of these units. May these houses become homes filled with love, hope, and laughter. On behalf of the chairman, Mr. Linville Freeman, the board of directors and management at the National Housing Trust, I thank you and I wish you every success in this exciting new chapter. May God continue to bless Jamaica. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Boswell, and thanks for that context of showing how the NHT continues to evolve to meet the changing needs of our contributors and, of course, our mortgages. And there's far more that comes into effect today, July 1. Other policy enhancements that will support you wherever you are on the home ownership journey. If you're not yet a homeowner, you're a homeowner already, or you're worried about the next hurricane and you want to make your house more resilient, there's a product, there's an offering here to support you. Just talk to any of the people you see in the blue shirts and you'll find out more information. Thank you again, Director Boswell. Every successful development benefits from partnership. That's what the NHT was formed on and continues to be grounded by. Partnerships between government, the community, or elected representatives who advocate for the people they serve. And our next speaker knows this community very, very well. As a Member of Parliament for St. Andrews South Eastern, the constituency in which Vineyard Town is located, he has been a consistent voice for the residents of this area and continues to champion initiatives that contribute to its growth and further development. It's now my pleasure to invite to the lectern Mr. Julian Robinson, Opposition Spokesman on Finance and the Public Service, and a Member of Parliament for St. Andrews South Eastern, to bring greetings at this time. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Robinson.
Thank you very much, Dwayne. Let me acknowledge the Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Andrew Holness, the Mayor of Kingston and the Councillor for the Vineyard Town Division, Andrew Swaby, Mr. Kevin Frith, Sujay Boswell, representing the Chairman of the Board, Martin Miller, the Managing Director and the staff of the NHT. For those of you who know this project, today is a very good day. This project started many years ago, and there are many lessons to be learned in terms of how long it took to get here. But today is not the day to recite those challenges. But we are very happy that we are here to hand over these units to the very happy homeowners. Prime Minister, one of the challenges that I face as a Member of Parliament, I represent a constituency that probably has the most sought after lands in the corporate area. Starting in the north with the Golden Triangle and the Seymour lands, coming all the way down here. And what has evolved in Vineyard Town over the last 5 to 10 years is that house prices have skyrocketed, mainly driven by the demand from developers who want lot sizes, which are large, and most of the Vineyard Town lot sizes are large, to convert them into townhouses and apartments. Now, on the surface, there's nothing wrong with that. But what we have to bear in mind is that as the development takes place, it must take into account the persons who live here, and the units must be built at a price that can accommodate those who live here. And the concern I have is that as Vineyard Town, as other areas of my constituency develop, the persons who are resident there are going to be priced out of the developments. There are, for example, we're going to be widening Arthur Wint, Camp Road. That will improve densities, that will make it attractive for developers to come in. And again, that may not seem to be a bad thing, but there has to be a place and a balance to have affordable units for those who would have been here resident for a very long time. And so the challenge to an NHT, the challenge to policymakers is how do we achieve that balance? How do you, in an environment where persons are looking to live in areas like this, because whether you work downtown, midtown, or anywhere, this is the most central area. In an area where lot sizes are large, a third going up to a half acre for lot sizes, so the demand is being driven by developers. How you achieve that balance? That is the challenge. So as we welcome the homeowners here, I am just putting that out there as something that has to be considered. NHT took on this project a number of years ago with good intentions and has delivered these units. We have to find a way to keep the units within the range of those homeowners. And so, Jay, I'm happy that you announced the Depositors Initiative. I know you would have been aware sometime last year, we as a party had proposed a Depositors Fund for first-time owners, because as you have acknowledged, young homeowners, the biggest challenge they face is finding the initial deposit. Even if they can qualify for the NHT loan, they can't find the upfront funds to actually pay that deposit. So I know what you have proposed is something welcome, consistent with something we have been advocating. So I want to say to the homeowners, congratulations, welcome to Vineyard Town, and as the community develops, we hope to see more developments of this nature, and as I said, developments which will ensure that all residents can afford and participate in it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. I did say in my introduction that he was an advocate, right? I'm going to reterm it and say he's a strong advocate for his constituents. Once again, thank you for your remarks, Mr. Robinson, and for your submissions for consideration by those who are in charge of policy and operations. And I should indicate that one of the beautiful things about the NHT's product offering is that our beneficiaries here, they had the opportunity to get 100% financing from the NHT, unique to all NHT developments, regardless of where they are. The NHT provides that 100% financing to make homeownership indeed possible. Our featured performer needs little introduction. He is an accomplished trumpeter and a vocalist whose talent has graced many stages across Jamaica. He will first perform Jimmy Cliff's timeless classic, You Can Get It If You Really Want, a fitting reminder that persistence and resilience can lead to success, a message that I'm sure resonates with each of our new homeowners today. And he will then follow with C.C. Winer's Inspiring Goodness of God, a song of gratitude that reminds us to pause and give thanks for the many blessings that have brought us to this particular moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and warmly welcome Mr. Dwight Richards.
I love you, Lord, yeah. For your mercies never fail me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up, yeah, for I rest my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. Give me some money time. And all my life God has been so good, yeah. With every breath that I am able, yeah. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I'm going outside. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. Come on, clap them. Clap them, man. I'm telling you, man. Here we go. Give me the next song. Yeah. They tell me of a pie up in the sky. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Stop it, stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Mr. DJ. Don't play it. So I remember my experience with NHT, just for 2 seconds. 20 years ago, I couldn't afford an NHT loan. You know, musicians, it's rough. But I went to join NHT as a self-employed. Remember them time there? Self-employed. And I paid like, what's $500 or $1,000? And then about around $1 million from NHT with Victoria Mutual and Giant together. And I own my house 22 years now. So clap me to know. Big up NHT. So all of us can do it. So today is a special day for NHT and for what we're doing. Spin the song, my brother. They tell me of a pie up in the sky, waiting for me when I die. But between the day you're born, when you die, they never seem to hear even your cry. But as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my NHT house. That's mine. And then the heart, talk to me. Oh, one and all. Don't be ashamed to sing. Here we go. The heart, today now, the heart. Oh, one and all. Oh, my. The oppressors are trying to keep me down, trying to keep me buried underground. Think that they have got the battle won. I say, forgive them, Lord. They know not what they've done. But as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share in Vineyard Town. And then the harder they come, hey, this is mine. I can hear you, this is mine. When they say the heart, NHT say the heart. Oh, one and all, give me my share today. I'm getting what's mine, and then the heart, I can't hear you. Vineyard Town is mine. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much. What we say, the heart, harder they come, yeah. Vineyard Town is mine. Hey, oh my. What they say, harder, I'm gonna work hard, yeah. NHT is mine, yeah. My little money is mine. What we say, harder they come, yeah. Hey, Mr. Fritz, it's your time.
I think you can get right more than that still, you know. You know, do I come here, do I give you instrumentals, him give you vocals, Him turn the audience into a choir. Him giving a live testimonial of his NHT journey. I'm big up for that. Him giving a dub plate. Do I not owe him nothing? You owe this audience nothing. You owe the NHT nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, a big round of applause for Mr. Dwight Richards this afternoon. Really, really great performance. And it sets the stage perfectly for our keynote speaker this afternoon, who by himself hardly needs any introduction. But just a couple weeks ago at the Jamaica Diaspora Conference, he had everyone talking, not just about investments, not just about development, not just about the national progress that Jamaica is making, but surprisingly about his singing. He thrilled the audience with a stirring two-line rendition of Tinga Stewart's No Way No Better Than Yard. I don't know if the Jimmy Cliff inspiration and if Dwight will pull him out this afternoon to do something else, but time will tell. On a more serious note, though, wherever he goes, one of the issues he continues to champion is housing. And only last week, while addressing the International Building Expo in Guyana, he spoke about Jamaica's ambitious housing program, our determination to increase housing supply, and the importance of regional collaboration to overcome challenges such as skilled labor shortages, modern construction methods, and some of the other challenges that plague the industry. And he affirmed, of course, that housing remains central to Jamaica's development agenda and to improving the lives of our people. And today's sermon is another example of that commitment in action. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to invite the Portfolio Minister with responsibility for the National Housing Trust, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness.
Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Reverend Father Major Campbell, for your prayers. Allow me to acknowledge the Mayor of Kingston, my namesake, Andrew Swaby. Allow me also to acknowledge your Member of Parliament, Julian Robinson. And I see in the audience Mr. Kevin Frith, the caretaker for the area, Mr. Sujay Boswell of the NHT board, representing the chairman, Mr. Linval Freeman, Mr. Martin Miller and the executive management of the NHT, Ms. Alicia Sawyers and all the beneficiaries, and the members from the wider Vineyard Town community, stakeholders, members of the private sector. I'm not sure if the contractors are here. Contractors are here, yes. Members of the media, the security forces, all nice and decent people. It's a good afternoon. I hear somebody say, big up yourself. Today is a day of fulfillment for Jamaican families. It demonstrates that the National Housing Trust was established to do what you're seeing here, to convert the contributions of working Jamaicans into secure homes, stronger communities, and lasting assets for working Jamaican families. Across two sites, Central Avenue, that's 2A Central Avenue, and 7 3rd Avenue, the NHT has delivered 14 studio apartments, 8 at Central Avenue and 6 at 3rd Avenue. Each unit provides approximately 430 square feet of living space with a fitted kitchen, bathroom. I gather you have a lovely balcony. Yes, I'm seeing a balcony. And there are some communal spaces, a gazebo, and of course, it comes with all the necessary amenities. Now, recently I told the management of the NHT not to have any handing over ceremonies for developments that are under 25 units, because these are smaller developments. They take a lot of time, and my schedule is becoming packed. And though I would love to be able to hand over these units in ceremonial style, it's just a lot to do, because very shortly we will have many more of these to do. So we will only do the handing over for the larger developments. In other words, to have a ceremony of this nature. It makes economic sense as well, and it's better time management. But we had to do this one because there are certain hard lessons that the NHT and the government would have learned, but it is important that we share those lessons with the Jamaican public. Your member of parliament, being diplomatic, had said now is not the time to address those issues, but he's well aware, being the member of parliament, of what those issues were. Construction began in this project in 2017. No doubt, 2 years or so before 2017 would have been consumed in planning and approvals, or maybe even more. By 2021, the contract to do this development had to be terminated. When I inquired as to why the contract had to be terminated, my impression was that there may have been some contractor faults, and the analysis is that yes, there were some contractor faults, but a large part of the problem was violence in the community, which made it absolutely difficult for work to take place on this site. The reason why I'm raising it is that we are now enjoying, as a country, the reduction in murders. Recently, an article was published which listed Jamaica as one of the most peaceful places to be. The United States improved the travel advisory rating from 3 to 2. These are the dividends of peace. These are the tangible, direct benefits to the country when Jamaica is at peace. There is a sense in our society that somehow the criminals exist because of a social injustice problem. Meaning that the criminals, the murderers, the extortionists, the gangs exist because lack of education, lack of employment, lack of access to amenities, a society that closes them out and keeps them on the margin. No doubt, maybe parts of this is true. Maybe those who are in gangs didn't get a good education. Maybe they have no skills to get a job. But my retort to this is always, what about those who didn't get a good education but are not in gangs, are not squeezing the trigger? What about those who, despite the social injustice, decide that I am going to stay on the right side of the law? Why should criminals get preference over people who, regardless of whatever social injustice, decide to maintain the law and be law-abiding citizens? And therefore, we see in this project the effects of criminality on the society. And I want you to think about that for a moment. The families who are going to benefit from this were delayed their benefit
because criminals extorted the site, made it difficult for the contractor to do their job, threatened people. The area was very difficult to work in. So those who sometimes speak as if they are in support of the criminals should understand that we cannot be ambivalent about criminality, because it is the criminals who are depriving the people, including the poor people in their own community, of the possibility of their community developing. And I encourage all Jamaicans to reflect on this. The criminals are not Robin Hoods. They are not your friends. The criminals delay or prevent development. And what we are looking at here, a development which started in 2017, we can only look to hand it over now. Almost 9 years after. That is the impact of criminality on the society. And therefore, all Jamaicans must be invested in the reduction of the murder rate. As we have seen now, over 3 years solid reductions, heading into the 4th year of reduction in murders. There is a dividend for the country when crime and violence is reduced and peace is flourishing in the society. And we're beginning to see the dividends of that now. In fact, the only reason why we are able to complete this project is because we have been able to bring the criminality and gangs under some level of control in this area. Having said that, I want to segue into another issue raised by your very thoughtful Member of Parliament, who pointed out that there is an increase in demand, an increase in attention in communities like these, Vineyard Town. Developers would want to come and put up high-rise luxury apartments here. He didn't say that, but to make the point a little clearer, that developers would want to come and develop the lots here, put apartments here, put other forms of housing solutions here that may be out of the reach of the people who live here. In other words, he was pointing to the possibility, the real possibility and fear, that development could displace the residents who are here. And I want to assure the Member of Parliament and all the other residents that the government is very sensitive to this issue. And in our policy considerations, this is something that we pay close attention to. How are we going to treat with this? Firstly, the government has, more than any other government, I would say, created opportunities and options for contributors to the NHT to access financing for housing solutions. You would have heard some of them mentioned earlier. One of them, of course, being the advance deposit program for young persons. And again, your Member of Parliament sought to claim ownership of this. I wanted to clarify that again, let me be diplomatic. No, it's not the time. But there was a proposal to provide each young borrower with a $500,000 grant for a deposit. This program is slightly different. What this program does is that someone who qualifies for a loan but who doesn't have the deposit up front could get access to the loan early in the process. So they could access up to $2 million of the loan they have negotiated with the NHT, and then they can use that for the deposit, and then as the loan progresses, they will earn the funds to meet the gap that is created by the advance. So that's the nature of what we call the Advanced Deposit for Young Persons program. And Martin, you have to give us a report as to how the take-up for that is going. But I'm highlighting it here as one of the efforts of the government to enable demand, meaning to make demand effective so that people can actually purchase the houses that are available. Another program that we have put in is the Home Resilience Loan, and you can get $3.5 million at 2% under this Home Resilience program to improve your home, to make it hurricane, earthquake proof, to make a stronger home. We have also changed from the 7+ to the 5+ loan program. Before you had to wait 7 years before you could approach the NHT for another loan. Now it's only 5 years and you can approach the NHT for a home improvement loan. These are all things that we're doing to make home access much easier. And then the public sector workers, I'm sure they would appreciate that we have put in a program where they get a concessionary rate of, they get a 1% reduction if they spend 5 years in their profession. In other words, this is designed to encourage our public sector workers to stay. So teachers and police officers, members of the JDF, they would benefit from this. Then we have another initiative where we are now giving 20% of units in housing development sponsored by the NHT to persons 35 years or younger. So that's for young people. It was 10%, we've doubled it now to 20%. And this will help significantly. And this is not to mention the reductions in interest rates. Most persons who are accessing mortgages at the NHT do so at 0%. 0%. We have increased the loan limits several times in the last 10 years. But here's a challenge. All of these things that we're doing on the demand side, whilst we do it with the intention to increase access, what it actually does is to increase demand, and it causes prices to rise. In other words, our good effort to make home ownership affordable to the average person by giving all these concessions increases the demand on the same supply of housing, and the prices keep going up. Now, this is not to say we should abandon doing these demand side interventions. What we need to be doing much more of are interventions on the supply side. In other words, my friends, the challenge with housing in Jamaica is not demand. It's not necessarily affordability. The challenge with housing is the scale of output, the supply side issues. So to put this in context, a supply side issue would be the difficulty of contractors working in crime-ridden communities. They prevent the output of homes, as was the case here in this development. So that's a supply side issue. Another supply side issue, and contractors complain to me all the time, they say, Prime Minister, I cannot find skilled laborers. It's a real challenge. They just cannot find reliable, skilled workers. They have a tiler. He will come in today. The project is for 2 weeks. The first payday, they're happy. and you're looking for them to come on Monday, they don't turn up. They're gone to another site. They're gone somewhere else. You are delayed until they choose to come back to you. These are some of the supply side challenges that we face. But the real supply side challenge is that we are not building at scale. And, you know, we are a small island. We think of things in a scale that when you compare it to the rest of the world, it is not economical. We need to be building tens of thousands of houses each year, not 2,000, 3,000. We need to expand rapidly. Now, what are the constraints for us to expand? First and foremost is the availability of usable land. Because the retort is going to come, you have land all over. Not every tract of land is suitable to be built on or should be built on. And the suitable lands that are available are very limited. And I will say here, for another discussion, your member of parliament may or may not agree with me, but much of the lands that are suitable for housing development are being squatted and squatted rapidly. And that constrains the development from a planning perspective. Another huge constraint for the scale of housing that we need is the speed at which approvals are given. You're not going to get a large developer coming in to do a development, mobilizing capital, mobilizing equipment, mobilizing people, having to wait 2 years for a development. It's not going to happen. So you won't be able to attract the people with the resources who can scale the project. Now, the reason why we need scale reduces the unit cost of each housing solution that you put on the market. And that is how the price comes down. So, at the Ministry of Housing and the NHT, we have started by, first of all, tasking the NHT with a huge scale of development. We have set a target that this administration in 5 years would do 70,000 housing solutions. That would be more than we have ever done at any time in our history. That was delayed and interrupted because we lost 2 years to COVID. And then at the tail end of it, we had Beryl. So it was a massive impact on the operations. But it is important to note that of that 70,000, the NHT was tasked to do 42,000 units. By the end of 2025, the Housing Trust had recorded approximately 31,540 housing starts and 21,166 completions. Now, since 2016, while issuing 67,000 mortgages for the financial year 2026 to 2027. So, the NHT has been rapidly trying to meet the targets that we have set. And each few months or so, I get a report from the NHT explaining to me how much they have done and what their plans are to accelerate their housing developments. So for the financial year 2026-2027, the NHT will commence another 10,675 solutions, and they will bring 5,673 housing solutions to the market. So they will start 10,675 in this financial year, and they will bring, meaning close and bring to the market of which these units are a part, 5,673 solutions. Now, will that be enough to meet the demand? The answer clearly is no. There is still a great deal of pent-up demand for low-income and affordable housing in Jamaica. So what we intend to do is, through the facilitation of NARA, working closely with the NHT, is to identify lands that will become developable along the corridors that we are going to be turning into highways. And that will ensure connectivity and infrastructure being brought to those developments, which will reduce the cost to the eventual homeowners. Another initiative that we will be emphasizing, I had announced it 2 years ago, is the Small Developers Program. And I want to just put this back in the public domain. If you are a small developer, or you have land, let's say here in Vineyard Town, and your development is between 5 units to 25 units, or a maximum of 50 rooms, then you can approach the NHT to assist you with the financing and guidance for the development process. In other words, the NHT will support you and carry you through the development process and provide the financing to do the development. And I'm encouraging persons who have land in areas like Vineyard Town and communities like this, approach the NHT as a small developer. Let us see how we can expand the infilling of many of these communities. However, to be clear, the Small Developers Program is targeted at low-income to affordable solutions. So these are not luxury apartments. These are for the working people of Jamaica. So they are low-income solutions or affordable solutions, meaning they are just above low income, just below middle income. And that is the target audience for this development initiative. So I'm going to task the NHT now to advertise this program some more in communities like these. I'm sure there are many homeowners who are seeking to diversify their residential asset. Some people are looking to sell. Others may have inherited a property, they don't live there, and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Of course, you must pass planning approval. You must be within the development order. And so we believe that we can crowd in development by supporting the small developers, those who are doing between 5 units and 25 units. So this would be a perfect example of the Small Developer Program. And I believe that if we were to do more of this, we could bring many more housing units to market and moderate the price of the units. So ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my pleasure to be handing over these units to the new homeowners today. And remember that this is a development, these are individual houses, but at the end of the day, you want to build a community. It is close quarters living. It is shared and common space. So you have to develop a good relationship with each other to live in peace and harmony and to protect the value of the asset. Now more than ever, when you live in a strata complex like this, you depend on your neighbor to protect the value of your asset. So ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to now officially begin the handing over for these units. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. And just
a quick recap, if I might. So on the supply side, we do have challenges: labor, suitability of land. The response, a 75,000 new housing starts program over 5 years, 42,000 by the NHT, and of course a small developers program that seeks to capitalize on the availability of already zoned land in urban areas, that you can find partners in the NHT to help you leverage that, whether it's through, as the Prime Minister said, diversifying your real estate portfolio, let's call it that, or it's a matter of supporting the government in its mission of assisting Jamaicans with home ownership. And on the demand side, the responses from the NHT, we can list them: a young adult deposit advance program, allocation of 20% of units in NHT developments for contributors under 35 and under, a resilience loan of $3.5 million at 2% that you can use to make your house more suitable for those disasters and those eventualities, and a 5+ loan, $5 million at interest rates of 0 to 5%. Anybody who said the NHT nah do nothing, tell them a lie, them a tell. And you know where you can learn more about all of these new offerings that the NHT has come July 1? It's the NHT's Home It Expo. We're at Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay this Friday, July 3. And the following weekend, July 11, we're at Emancipation Park in Kingston. So you can come out, have the conversation with us, see your pathway to home ownership, get your eligibility letters. I know I'm not preaching to the people in here who are smiling and about to receive their keys, but for those in digital land who are listening, Friday the 3rd, Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay, and July 11, Emancipation Park in Kingston. Sabrina, I'll send you the check for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the highly anticipated part of our program, which is the official handover of keys to our new homeowners. And our beneficiaries today, they serve as a reminder of the incredible achievement you have unlocked for yourselves and, of course, for your families. Housing is intergenerational. The decision you've made today is going to change the trajectory of your family for generations to come. As I step to the side, I'll ask our ushers to prepare our beneficiaries, as I also invite back to the stage Prime Minister Holness to lead the handover of keys to our new homeowners. And please clap them, make them feel like they've really achieved something great, because they truly have. So as they come up one by one, just give them the best round of applause you can. And we begin our handover this afternoon with Mr. Derek Mr. Maurice Dixon. Please make him welcome. Let's also make welcome Ms. Diana Hall. Hall would have used the intergenerational pathway towards home ownership. So many options that can get you there, such as the one the next gentleman used, the Parent Assist. Please welcome Mr. Shane Henry. And under the Parent Assist program, that's where the parents pass their points to the younger children. That allows them a better chance of selection. So that's it in action this afternoon with Mr. Shane Henry. Please welcome as well Mrs. Jessent Loney James. It's a real housekeeper, Prime Minister. We can test it after. Keep the applause going as we welcome Miss R.G. Nooks. Another beneficiary under our intergenerational loan program. So many pathways towards home ownership with the NHT. Young adult, parent assist, intergenerational. It's possible. It's been made possible for our next beneficiary, Mr. Sheldon Pattison, who is a beneficiary as a young adult as well. And that completes this set of handovers. Thank you very much, Dr. Holness. And let me invite to the lectern to do the remaining handover of keys to the stage, rather, our Member of Parliament, Mr. Robinson, to assist with the handing over of the next set of keys to our proud new homeowners here at Vineyard Town. And we begin this batch, with Miss Renee Ritty. Mother and son, another beneficiary under our intergenerational program. So the parent starts the loan, and upon retirement, the child takes over the loan facility and continues to service it. Remember, I said home ownership is intergenerational. That's it at work again. And keep that applause going as we welcome Miss Alicia Sawyers. Let's welcome as well Mr. William Thomas. She's been waiting patiently. She see everybody has stepped past her, but we don't forget you. Miss Lisa Thompson. You see how you're special, you get escort. And we round out our beneficiaries this afternoon with Ms. Marlene Whittam and company, mother and son. Thank you, Mr. Robinson, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Reposition myself and say another round of applause, please, for all our beneficiaries here. And I must say a big thank you as well to the Kingston and St. Andrew branch staff. You saw them on stage supporting with the passing of the keys and make sure everybody is accounted for. In the waving gallery, there's a lady I want to introduce the new homeowners to, Miss Wendy Jo Williams. Just give us a royal wave. She's our Head of Social Development. So that's the lady who will help you settle into your new home, will help you set up your governance structure, make sure you're compliant with your strata obligations, and continue that relationship with the NHT to ensure that, you know, it's a journey for home ownership, and we're there with you every step of the way. Any support you want, call her and her team. They'll be there to assist you. And beneficiaries, at the end of the function, we would love to take a photograph with you at the front with our key stakeholders, to include our Prime Minister. So please don't run away and go open the house and get comfortable. Let's do some photographs first before you do that. They say all good things must come to an end. This function certainly is, but the joys of the function continue. But we could not close without saying thank you. And I would like to introduce Marlene Whittam, a proud homeowner here at Vineyard Town, to provide some reflection on the journey so far and to move a vote of thanks. Please make her welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Protocols observed. It is both an honor and a deeply personal privilege to stand before you today. I am especially grateful because I have the unique privilege of speaking not only as today's presenter, but also as one of the proud recipients of a new home. I thank the Almighty God for bringing us here today. Thank you. Yes, this is good. I thank the Almighty God for bringing us here today, for providing such a beautiful day, for the conclusion of such a momentous event like this. I wish to acknowledge the presence of the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Member of Parliament, Mr. Julian Robinson, other distinguished guests, and the leadership and staff of the National Housing Trust. Thank you for joining us to celebrate this memorable occasion and for your continued commitment to expanding opportunities for home ownership in Jamaica. On behalf of all the new homeowners, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to the National Housing Trust. For many of us, owning a home has been a dream that required patience, discipline, sacrifice, and hope. Today, that dream has become a reality. As someone receiving a key today, I understand the emotions being felt across this gathering. There is excitement, gratitude, relief, and anticipation. These homes represent much more than bricks and mortar. They represent security, stability, and the opportunity to build a better future for ourselves and our families. Within these walls, children will be raised, birthdays celebrated, lessons learned, and lifelong memories created. A house becomes a home because of the love, care, and values shared by the people who live within it. Today also reminds us that while we are each receiving our new home, we are becoming part of one community. Let us be neighbors who care for one another, who respect our surroundings, who lend a helping hand when needed, and who work together to create a safe, welcoming, and vibrant place for every family. We also extend sincere appreciation to everyone who made this development possible: the planners, engineers, contractors, consultants, and the dedicated staff of the National Housing Trust. Your hard work has made a lasting difference in the lives of many families gathered here today. To my fellow homeowners, congratulations. May our homes always be filled with peace, love, laughter, and hope. May they be places where dreams continue to grow and where future generations are given every opportunity to succeed. Thank you to everyone who has shared this special day with us. Congratulations once again to all the new homeowners, and may God continue to bless our families, our community, and our beloved Jamaica. Thank you.
That was so warm and welcoming. Another round of applause for Miss Marlene Whittam. And just 2 more activities left. We'll be doing a ribbon cutting exercise to the back of the tent. Participating in that will be Prime Minister Holness, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Boswell, Mr. Miller, and we'll be joined by our beneficiary, Mr. Shane Henry. And following the ribbon cutting, Prime Minister Holness will also I'm not sure we'll be able to plant a tree here, sir, given the nature of this development. But in recognition of that mandate you gave us a few years ago to ensure that we give back to the environment, we'll be doing something symbolic in that regard with Mr. Sheldon Patterson. And at this time, while I do my own vote of thanks to the teams who make today possible, if the beneficiaries could come forward at this time for our photo opportunity. And the ushers will direct you and position you, and we'll do the photo op before we do our ribbon cutting. But today we have witnessed more than a handover. We have witnessed the continuation of a promise from the NHT that the NHT has been keeping for 50 years. And before we go, I would like to say a big thank you to all the people who made today possible. Edge Marketing Solutions for decor, design, and event concept. PRS for our sound. Mr. Roger Brown for sound engineering. Tent City for our tents. Sound gear for cooling plants. Duncan's Landscaping for our plants. Novelty Party Rentals. CPR Medical. Hope nobody never had to use that. Dion Bunting for our mobile restroom. And D. Anderson Disposals for waste management and our catering, of course, by Ava Deno of Dom's Fruit Corner and Paradise Catering. It takes a big team to make that happen, and a big thank you to the NHT team as well, led by Mrs. Ann Vidal, who made today a great afternoon. That's it from me. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And beneficiaries, I'll step out of your way and I'll invite Prime Minister, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Miller, and Mr. Boswell to join us on stage for a photo op.
concept of the studio apartment is one that is very relevant to urban living. Not everyone has a large family, and some people live alone and they don't need much space. And in fact, I think that the studio market is probably underserved in Kingston. It gives you the affordable entry point. It's a manageable space, it's reduced maintenance, and it's a more efficient use of space. And some studio design allow for modifications internally afterwards. So this is something that we will have to pursue with greater interest to provide housing solutions. This particular community is, I think, well set to host more of these kinds of Oh, he's been so short. And this is Kingston. Kingston, Mr. You're in charge of Kingston, Mr. Who's in charge of? Oh, okay. That better be like a welcome, yeah?
Move so you can stay this now.
Ready? 3, 2.